What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE, the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Wrestlemania 39 predictions. I know, once again, it's been a while. I figured, as I said last time on here, that would probably be the case, that you wouldn't see me again until WrestleMania time. And well, it's WrestleMania time because WrestleMania 39 is this Saturday. We have the card, 13 matches in all. And as a matter of fact, I even have the days. They released it a couple hours ago for each night of which matches are going to take place on which night. So without further ado, let's get into each of these matches and my thoughts on each one and why. Bear with me because I'm still trying to get back into the flow of things, so I might not be as fluid as I once was. Kicking things off on WrestleMania Saturday, we've got John Cena taking on Austin Theory for the United States Championship. I've got Austin Theory winning this. Plain and simple, John Cena's the part-time guy. Austin Theory is the full-time guy. John Cena came out, what was it, like a month ago? And verbally abused him, Austin Theory, in the ring. And ever since then, Austin Theory has been trying to prove a point, right? Everyone used, for some reason, compared Austin Theory to John Cena. Well, now we get that see that match firsthand. I'm going with Austin Theory. Like I said, there's no reason. I've heard some people say that maybe John Cena might win, and then he can have like an open challenge on Raw, and then he'll lose it to whoever appears and answers that challenge. But I just don't see that. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. But I don't really see that happening. I see Austin Theory coming in and retaining his championship, putting on a good match with John Cena, and continuing his build towards being the future of the company. Next up, we've got Rey Mysterio taking on Dominic. I'm picking Dominic Mysterio to win this match. Quite simply put, Rey finally, after weeks and weeks of Dominic just begging Rey to hit him and accept this challenge, this past Friday on SmackDown, Dominic was disrespecting his mother and his sister, and Rey was like, nah, that's it. That's enough. I'm coming in there. You don't do that. That's my wife. You don't do that to your mother. I accept your challenge. And everyone screamed. This has been another great story. We all knew, I can't speak for everyone else, but I predicted that sooner or later, back when Rey and Dominic won the tag titles, back, what was that, 2020? That 2020, 2021, whatever year that was, that they would have their match at WrestleMania, and here we are a couple years later. I have Dominic winning because even though Rey accepted the challenge, he still doesn't feel good about it, because he still looks at him and he still looks and says, that's my baby boy, that's my namesake. Well, not my namesake, they don't got the same name. I don't think they have the same name. I don't know. That's my namesake, that's my boy, that's my firstborn. I can't do that to him, all that stuff like that. And so I think what will happen is Rey will school Dominic throughout most of the match. And then when it comes time to finally pull the trigger, Rey just won't be able to do it. And then Dominic will capitalize, take advantage, and he'll come up with the win. Yeah, that's how I see that playing out. Next up, we've got Charlotte Flair taking on Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I've got Rhea winning this. reclaiming, getting her WrestleMania win back from a couple of years ago. This is going to supposedly, this is the rumored main event for night one of WrestleMania, and I totally disagree with that. It should be KO and Sammy versus the Usos, but I read something like WWE felt obligated, like because the women didn't main event last year. Nah, man. If you have to feel obligated to do something, then it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the answer. That shouldn't be the answer, right? Like if you're like, oh, we have no other choice. Like we have to do this. Like no. If that's how you feel, then that shouldn't be the case. But anyway, I've got Rhea winning this. How I see this playing out, you know, these two are going to put on a fantastic match. They have every single time they've gotten into the ring with one another. Honestly, I think they should pull a John Cena, Brock Lesnar from SummerSlam. What was that, 2014? That's what I think they need to do. Rhea needs to come in there and just completely dominate Charlotte Flair. That's what I see. That's what I would want to happen. That's what I would like to see. Will it happen? No. She's a Flair, so it probably won't happen. But that's what I think needs to happen. Because all this time, Rhea's been talking about how she wants Charlotte to fear her, how she needs this, all that stuff like that. And what better way to do that than for Rhea, who's hungrier, who wants it more, than for her to come in and just completely dominate Charlotte Flair from the get-go. Charlotte get no offense in at all whatsoever. And Rhea comes out on top as the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Let's see. What else we got? We got Seth Rollins taking on Logan Paul in a match. This is one of the more difficult ones to predict for me because I can see this going either way. I can see Seth winning and I can see Logan winning. If you don't know, now you will know. Logan Paul's contract is up after this Mania. And I would think he would re-sign, and I would think WWE would want to re-sign him, but maybe it's already done. Maybe they're working on it right now. I don't know. But I feel like this should be more than a one-match feud. Like, I feel like it's just getting started. One could argue Seth needs this, you know? He hasn't won too many pay-per-view matches in quite a while, you know? So, it's a tough one to call. If you'd ask me, I'd say Logan Paul will pick up the win. Am I confident in that? No, I'm not confident in it, but that's what my gut's telling me right now, so I'm going to go with it. What's next? Next up, we've got the WrestleMania Showcase match for the men. We've got Ricochet, Braun Strowman, that team taking on the Street Profits, taking on the team of Alpha Academy, taking on the Viking Raiders. I've got the Viking Raiders winning, and I'll explain why when I talk about the next match. But just remember, I have the Viking Raiders winning. This match is pointless. It truly is. I understand why they're doing it, but it's pointless. I understand why, but it's pointless. Just remember that. But remember, I also have the Viking Raiders winning. Next up, we've got Lita, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch taking on Damage Control. I've got the faces winning. I got the baby faces winning. This is another match for me that was kind of like back and forth with. I could see it going either way, but I've got the baby faces winning this. Simply put for now, because the rumor is that Trish Stratus will be turning heel, and eventually it will lead to a match between her and Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. But I need them to win also, Sorry, my voice keeps cracking. I need them to win also, which will decide into another factor, excuse me, for another match. So stay with me on that. And then finally, for the final match, WrestleMania Saturday, which it should be the main event, be talking about the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed tag team championship. There's no debate. There's no discussion. That's the obvious answer. KO and Sami Zayn are taking this one. They should win. This will be their WrestleMania moment. We've been building. This has the culmination of what? Since Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline, since last year, it's all been leading up to this. I know some of y'all were like, oh man, they were disappointed when Sami didn't beat Roman Reigns for the title. That was never going to happen. His story has been more entwined with the Usos than it has been with Roman Reigns anyway. And so, what better way to close this chapter, close this story, and start seeing cracks in the bloodline than to have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens beat the Usos for the undisputed tag team championships, right? And that is it for WrestleMania Saturday. So again, my predictions are Austin Theory will win, Rhea Ripley will win. Austin Theory will retain the United States Championship. Rhea Ripley will beat Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will beat the Usos for the undisputed tag team championships. Lita, Trish, and Becky Lynch will beat Damage Control. Seth Rollins. Did I say Seth Rollins or did I say Logan Paul was winning? See, I already forgot. That's how flip floppy this is. I think I said Seth Rollins. Or did I say Logan Paul? See, I don't remember. This is tough. This is really, really tough. We'll go with Logan Paul. I'll go with Logan Paul. No. Seth Rollins. I'm going with Seth Rollins. Ooh. This is a tough one, bro. I don't even remember what I said. I'm going with Seth Rollins. I got Dominic beating Ray. I got the Viking Raiders winning the WrestleMania Showcase match. The reason why I have the Viking Raiders winning the match is because they're a heel team, and once Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win their match, the Viking Raiders can then be the first challengers to them for the tag team championships. So that's how I was kind of seeing it playing out. That's why I picked the Viking Raiders. Okay, now moving on to WrestleMania Sunday. You've got Bianca Belair taking on Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. I've got Asuka winning. Asuka doesn't really have a WrestleMania moment. You know, her biggest moment is her losing to Charlotte Flair, which never should have happened. I know she had a pretty good match with Rhea Ripley a couple years ago when she became Raw Women's Champion. But other than that, I mean, I think she lost. Didn't she lose to Becky Lynch and not Becky Lynch? She lost to who was it? Alexa Bliss and who was it? Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the tag team titles a couple years ago also. So she doesn't really have a defining moment. This match has no build or story to it whatsoever. None that I can see. And none that's too obvious. So I'm going with Asuka. She needs a championship. Bianca's had it for a year. She's done good. She's clearly the face of the women's, her and Becky Lynch. But, you know, it's time. It's time. We got to freshen things up a bit. It's time. You know, it's time. Next up, we've got Gunther, my boy Gunther, for taking on Drew and Sheamus in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Ooh, tough one to call again. A lot of tough matches to call, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Man, I'm going to say Gunther, but I've seen people say Drew can pin Sheamus. Sheamus can pin Drew. That way, you can take the belt off of Gunther, and then Gunther can move on to bigger and better things. Although if they're gonna have Gunther move into the main event scene, I would probably wait toward SummerSlam for him to have his match with Cody. But that's just me, you know. Or he could be winning Money in the Bank. I don't know. But then he could win the Royal Rumble. There are so many different ways you can go about this. But if you ask me right now, I'd say Gunther will probably retain the title. Give him his WrestleMania moment. He deserves it. He's been undefeated since he's been on the main roster. We should keep it that way. Let's see. Then we've got Edge taking on Demon Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. I'm going with Demon Balor to win simply because Edge don't need to win. He doesn't need to win. I know he created Judgment Day, but he got kicked out and all that stuff. This storyline has gone on way too long since when did Judgment Day break up? A little bit before SummerSlam, I think it was. Yeah, a little bit before SummerSlam. This been going on way too long. It's time to end. Finn Balor needs this win more than Edge does. Edge is a Hall of Famer. Edge is here to have fun. Finn Balor needs this most out of anybody more than Edge. I'm picking Edge. I'm picking Finn to win. Next up, we've got Brock Lesnar taking on Omos. I'm going with Omos because of the rumors going around that this is Brock's last match. There was a rumor going around a couple weeks ago that Brock was telling everybody goodbye, see you later, have fun. And if that's the case, I see Omos picking up the win and beating Brock Lesnar. Plus, it would do more for Omos. Anyway, even if Brock wasn't leaving, I could see Omos still winning because Omos benefits more from it. Obviously, you'll have the wow factor of Brock picking him up and trying to hit him with an F5, maybe even hit the F5. But I don't see Brock winning. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with Omos. Next up, we have the Women's WrestleMania Showcase. The team of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi, Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and Deville and Chelsea Green. Okay, now this is another complicated one, only for this reason. I do not know if Ronda is clear. You'd say, well, because there was a report that came out last week that said she wasn't clear, and then literally the next day she got put in this match. So I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's fake, I don't really know. If they are clear, if Ronda Rousey is clear, I'm picking her and Shayna to win the match. If they are not clear, I am picking Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez because they are... Every team in this thing is random except Shayna and Ronda, but Liv and Raquel are popular. Plus, I read a report that Triple H really likes Raquel and he's going to push her after Mania. So, if that's the case, she has to win at WrestleMania, right? Make her look strong, the old Roman Reigns thing. But if Ronda is clear and she can compete, I am picking Ronda and Shayna to win, so that way after Mania they can challenge Becky and Lita for the women's tag team championships. So that's my thinking on that. And then finally, we've got Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes for the undisputed Universal WWE Championship. It's got to be Cody Rhodes, right? It's got to be Cody Rhodes. Like, if he does not win here, he's gonna lose momentum. I'm sorry, it's not going to be the same. Every single time it's been a person's time, the trigger has been pulled. When it was Hogan time, the trigger was pulled. When it was Stone Cold's time, the trigger was pulled. When it was Cena's time, the trigger was pulled. When it was Roman's time, the trigger was pulled. Now, it was pulled a couple times, but the trigger was pulled. But this is Cody's time. I understand the narrative of Roman is so close to 1,000 days as Universal Champion. I understand. It's right there. And if there was a way to do it, which I did figure out a way, I would have done it. My way would have been simple. You have a contract signing, right? You have Cody Rhodes sign the contract, Roman Reigns sign the contract. They have the match. Cody beats Roman Reigns. Cody comes out the next night on Raw. He's celebrating. He's the undisputed Universal Champion. He finished the story. He did it for his dad, right? Paul Heyman then comes out and says, hey, congratulations. You did what no one could do in 3 years, and you pinned the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. You are indeed the champion. You're just not the undisputed champion. He's like, what are you talking about? I beat Roman Reigns. Of course I'm undisputed champion. And he says, but if you look to the screen, the contract that you signed, it was for just the WWE Championship. You see, Roman Reigns knows how close he is to 1,000 days. Roman Reigns knows how history defining this will be. You don't think he would pay attention and be smart about that? So, while you are indeed champion, while you did indeed beat the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania, pin his shoulders to the mat, you are not the Universal Champion. You are not Undisputed Champion. You are WWE Champion. And that's what you wanted anyway, right? So congratulations. You're WWE Champion, but you're not Universal Champion. So pay up. See, that's simple. Cody gets to become the guy. The titles get split. Roman gets to keep the championship. He goes on to be 1,000 days. He could start to censor the bloodline, all that stuff, because Roman can go crazy and be like, hey, I'm still Universal Champion. Y'all lost the tag titles. Y'all not holding up under the bargain. Stuff in the cracks of the bloodline. Yada, yada, yada. That's how I would do it. That's the simplest way to do it. If you wanted to go that route, to keep the title on Roman, but also have Cody win. Since they didn't do that, Cody has to win. Because you can't keep the title on Roman just for the sake of the 1,000 days. I'm sorry. It's not worth it. He's been champ for 3 years. He hasn't been pinned or nothing. He's got a record. It's fine. Yeah, you're gonna look back at it years later and be like, man, we were right there. If you did the contract thing, you man. But that's the way out of it. Cody has to win. If he does not win, I'm afraid he'll lose momentum. Now, people said the same thing about Sami Zayn, but the thing about Sami Zayn is he still had the Jey Uso angle and the Usos angle, so he was good. Cody loses. What does he have to fall back on? I don't know. Besides, with Cody as champion, you can come up with a whole bunch of different storylines. Randy Orton, Gunther, who else? AJ Styles when he gets back. Let's see, who else can he go up against? Austin Theory, Logan Paul if he resigns. Like, there are ways you can, this is doable. Heck, if he stays champ long enough, then MJF, he decides to come to WWE. There you go, right there. MJF and Cody Rhodes. So you gotta pull the trigger. I know it's just right there within your grasp, but you gotta pull the trigger. It's now or never. The time is now. No pun intended, John Cena, but actually pun intended, actually. So, but anyway, that's my WrestleMania Sunday predictions. To go over it one more time. Asuka beating Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Gunther retaining his title in the triple threat against Drew and Sheamus. Demon Balor beating Edge in Hell in a Cell. Omos over Lesnar. If Ronda's clear, I'm picking Ronda and Shayna. If she's not clear, I'm picking Morgan and Rodriguez. And then finally, Cody Rhodes over Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley. They said he might do something in WrestleMania. They also said Randy Orton might come back. Maybe there might be an open challenge. I don't know. But we'll see. But those are my WrestleMania 39 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. Please remember, I was going to say like and subscribe, but honestly, I still don't know if I'm going to come back and do this, guys. I don't know yet. It's a frustrating thing. I came back to do this because it's Mania. I did the video months ago because, you know, it was the Super Bowl and I had to explain where I was and all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm doing better. You know, every day is a new day, you know. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you next time. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 2 words for you. Peace out. And I'll catch you next time.